So over the last couple of weeks, I've had the pleasure of testing out the Hypershell, and it's definitely a mix between futuristic and frustrating. So in this video, I want to talk about the 5 things that I do like and the 5 things that I don't like about the Hypershell. So 1, the first thing that I like about this is when you're walking and you're walking downhill, it cuts out. When you're standing still, it starts to idle. And then when you're walking on flat, it kicks in again. And then when you're going uphill, it actually puts more power into your legs. So when you're walking, it's like throwing your legs up. And I love how the AI in the system actually recognizes when you're doing all sorts of different movements and kicks in itself. It actually helps a lot, and it takes my mind from the machine to actually back into the hiking, because you don't want this to be taking you out of the hiking experience. I really like that all the AI generation actually does it all itself, and then you can just still enjoy yourself. This is probably my favorite one. So recently I've been doing the same hike. I do about 4 Ks, and there's a couple of Ks worth of steps down and then obviously back up because it's a out and back trail. I've noticed that I do tend to stop at the same spots, especially when I'm going up the stairs. This thing definitely increases your endurance. So on the way back up, I was actually really curious to see when I would stop. And at the point where I would normally stop, I actually felt all right. And I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm having a good day. I don't know if it's all the carbs that I had the night before, but this actually did help me when it comes to feeling less fatigued. And then I pushed on. I almost did the hike without stopping, when normally I stop about 2 or 3 times. So I think on a really big hike, this would be really, really good, especially with like endurance wise, where it can really push you further than you normally would. So I've had some of the best conversations when people have stopped me and they've noticed that I've been wearing it, and they're kind of curious to know what it is, and I'm just having a conversation with it. So I do like to have conversations with random people, talk about their thoughts, mindset, where they're going, how they are, all that sort of stuff. And this is definitely a conversation starter. And that's what I really like about this product. People see it, they want to talk to you, they want to know what it's about. And then, you know what, if I've been wearing this for a long time, and I do come across a lot of people, this could actually help someone. So not only having those conversations, but you could actually change someone's life when it comes to hiking if they see it and, you know, they want to give it a go. This is not a one size fits all. You can actually change here. So if you're really tall, really short like me, it's really, really comfortable. The straps are beautiful. They're really good quality, and you can actually tuck them in as well. So there's no like straps hanging out or anything like that. They tuck in really nice, and then you can actually adjust it to your body type as well. So if you are larger, if you're taller, smaller, skinny, this is a one size that fits all, because you can adjust everything to make it fit you. I thought that was really cool. Fun factor, once I got this, it gave me that little bit of motivation to go out there, try something different. It got me excited about hiking on that boring trail that I do 2-3 times a week. You kind of feel like you've unlocked a cheat code in a way, because you're walking, it's pushing you, it's powering, and you kind of feel like feels like you're not battling all the time, if that makes sense. So definitely the fun factor of the Hypershell is really cool. But in saying that, here's the reality, and there is definitely some downsides. So when I'm wearing this thing, even though this is super comfortable, like I was saying, when you get down to the legs, if you're wearing shorts, which like me, I cannot wear long pants. I hate it. I'm not wearing long pants when I'm hiking. I can't. So this started chafing my legs like crazy. I only did like 1 K, and I felt the rubbing in my legs, and it was uncomfortable. I pushed through it. I did about 2 Ks, 2.5, and I could still feel the rubbing, and it was getting worse. So if I had to do like anything more than like 3-4 Ks, it would just be an absolute nightmare. I tried to pull my shorts down a little bit and like put it over the top, but it just kept riding my shorts up. So if you're wearing one of these, you have to wear long pants, which, you know, in Australia, we're going into summer, and it's gonna be like 30-35 degree days, and I'm not wearing long pants. So I'm gonna have to come up with something that is gonna, override that, because I do want to use this in summer. So when it comes to the weight, this thing I believe is about 1.8 kilos. If this thing dies, I remember the app stopped working when I was on my hike and I could feel the battery, because the battery is actually on the back. I could feel it like pulling down. So if this thing dies when I'm like 10 Ks in and I've got 5 Ks to go, it's gonna be so shit to be able to carry this back with all my other gear. My biggest worry is using it on big hikes and this thing dying, and then I've got to carry it all the way back. I haven't really had to worry about the battery. The battery has about, I think they said about 17 to 18 kilometers, which, you know, I'm not going to do 18 kilometers all the time. So I do have 2 batteries, but that means, you know, let me have a look. Let me show you how big this battery is. Bro. So yeah, that means I've got to carry this battery plus my camera gear, plus my drone gear, and it is adding a little bit to it. So I don't know if I'll take 2 batteries on the hikes that I do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I will do anything more than 18 kilometers with this, just because if it fails on the track and I don't have a spare battery, or the battery drains, because I'm using the hyper mode too much. Yeah, it's just a bit of a risk factor. It's not a bad one, but I kept unclicking this because I'm thinking when I'm shooting, this actually, so this bit here actually goes down your legs and it covers my pockets. So I can't get my phone out. And every time I want to use my phone or my camera, I unclick my bag, but I think that these straps are my bag and I unclick it and then it falls. And then I'm like trying to grab it because it's falling off me. And yeah, that's another thing. I wish that, I don't know, either I need to learn to not unclip it, obviously, but I kind of wish it wouldn't just fall off me if I unclip this. Or to make it easier, maybe don't have this in front of my pockets, or have some attachments here that, you know, I can put my phone connected to, so I can just quickly take videos. And yeah, that was probably a big one for me. So the 5th one is going to be the price point. I think these retail for about 2,000 USD. So in Australia, that's about $3,000. I feel like it's very niche-y. So the people that would buy these, I think would tend to have mobility problems, or, you know, they have setbacks in the way their body functions, and they would have to use this as a boost. So this could really change some lives. But at the price point, for me, I think I would put that towards my nutrition, training, physio, trying to get stronger. But if that didn't work, then obviously I would buy something like this. But seeing that price point, I would think twice about if I do need it or not, or if I can actually make that change for myself. So that's 5 things that I do like, 5 things that I don't like. And look, this is futuristic, powerful, it's gonna help you hike for longer, but it is heavy, it's a little bit awkward, and it is more on the expensive side. So if you love hiking, this could be a really good addition for you, especially if you've got mobility problems. Personally, I would recommend it. I do love it. I'm going to use it on most of my hikes. I am going to go out to Tasmania and I will use this. And when I go back home in Taiwan, I'm going to bring this with me as well. If you are interested in using this, leave a comment below. Hypershell might be sending me a few more of these. And what I want to do is actually get people together in the Sydney area. And if you want to come and try it and you want to come and hike with me, let me know in the comments. I'll set up a day and a date and we can go out, and then everybody can test out the Hypershells for themselves. We can go on a hike, get a feed, hang out, make some content together, and yeah, you can experience the Hypershell as well.